We are live. Hey, y'all. As y'all are jumping in here, just say hello. Let me know your name, where you're tuning in from. As y'all jumping in here, just say hello. Let me know your name, where you're tuning in from. Okay. Make sure everyone can get in here okay. As y'all are jumping in here, just say hello. Let me know your name, where you're tuning in from. We are streaming in a few places. All right, I think we are good to go. I think we're good. If you guys can hear and see everything okay, can you drop a 1 in the chat? If you can see and hear everything okay, drop a 1 in the chat for me. Want to make sure everyone can hear and see everything okay. As y'all are jumping in here, just say hello. Let me know your name, where you're tuning in from. Okay, we've got it good. I think we're good on YouTube. Okay, we're good on Instagram. We're good on Facebook. Excellent. Awesome. Hey, Jacquees. I got Fred from Texas in the house. Hey, Rupert. Nice to have you here. Spokane. I got Corey from Oklahoma. Deborah from Nashville. I got, is it Suwanee in Georgia? Is it Suwanee, Georgia? I don't know how you say that, y'all. Goldsboro, North Carolina. I got Maryland in the house. I'm from Washington, D.C. Welcome, y'all. So glad to have y'all here. Now, we're going to have some fun today. We're going to be helping y'all with understanding how to create a credit strategy, an actual strategy for your credit so that you can start getting the credit you deserve. Because let's be 100, we're all not working hard out here for nothing. You working hard so you can get approved. We want to get the best interest rates. We want to get the best terms. We want to get the best of the best that's out here that can be offered to you. So I'm here to talk about it. I got Chicago in the house. I got Douglasville, Georgia in the house. So glad to have y'all here. So as y'all jumping in here, just say hello. Let me know your name, where you're tuning in from. I'm so glad to have y'all here to our Tuesday night happy hour. Now we do this every single Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, to help y'all with helping you get the credit that you deserve. I mean, personal credit, business credit, I'm here for it so that you don't have to struggle trying to figure out how to get credit. You don't have to struggle about how to get business credit. You ain't got to struggle or waste time about how to figure it out on your own. I'm your credit bestie, so I'm going to help you be able to do it together. So as y'all jumping in here, just say hello. Let me know your name, where you're tuning in from. I got Warrensburg, Missouri. I got Baltimore, Maryland in the house. Hey, y'all. So glad to have y'all here. Happy Tuesday. Loretta from Detroit on IG. So glad to have y'all here. Happy Tuesday. Y'all, we do this every single Tuesday, and it's all about helping you get the credit that you deserve. I will say that until I'm blue, black, green in the face, because you deserve to get lower rates. You deserve to get high limit credit cards. You deserve to get approved. You deserve that. And so because I believe that you deserve it, we got to help y'all out. We got to help y'all get it done. So yeah. Hey now. Hey, Dwayne. I love to see y'all in here. Hey, Constance from North Carolina. Hey, Keisha from Marietta, Georgia. I got Tennessee in the house. Hello from England in the house. England. Hey now. What's going on? Memphis, Tennessee in the house. Detroit in the house. Maryland in the house. Y'all, so here's the deal, right? I want to make sure that you get the strategies, you get the information, you get the education that you need so that you can prosper in your life and in your business. And so today we're going to be talking about some very important things that you need to know about creating an actual strategy for your credit so that not only will you be able to get your hands on it, but you'll know what to do with it. You know how to flip it, turn it, and quadruple it so that you can grow your life, grow your business, and just live life on your terms, because life shouldn't be so hard. Life shouldn't be so difficult. Life should be easy. And life is a lot easier when you've got good credit. Life is a lot easier when you've got business credit, when you're able to build your businesses, when you're able to pay yourself a salary, when you're able to hire some help, when you're able to do the things that you were called to do so that you can create the impact that you want to create. And amazingly enough, credit can help you with doing it. In fact, it's helped me do it. And it's helped me help thousands of other people do the exact same thing. So I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited. And if you are excited, I want y'all to do what? put some money bags in the chat. Put some money bags in the chat, because I'm here to help you get money bags. Not one money bag, not two money bags. Thousands of money bags, millions of money bags. So if you want to get money, if you want to get credit, I need y'all to put some money bags in the chat. I got Ohio in the house. I've got Illinois in the house, Chicago in the house, Alabama in the house, Michigan in the house. Hey, y'all. So glad to have y'all here. I got money bags. I got Des Moines, Iowa in the house. I got money bags. I see the money bags. Hey, y'all. So here's what we're going to do today, okay? Now, if this is your first time here to any of my trainings, can you drop a 1 in the chat for me? If this is your first time here to any of my Tuesday night trainings, just drop a 1 in the chat for me. See who's in the house. Now, if you've been here 2 times or more, you know how we get down. Drop a 2 in the chat for me so I can see who's in the house today. If this is your first time here to one of our trainings or our happy hour Tuesday night trainings, drop a 1 in the chat. If you've been here 2 times or more, you know how we roll. Drop a 2 in the chat. Hey, y'all. Oh, I got ones, lots of ones. Where the 2s at? Come on now. Hey, I got ones. I got a lot of ones, more ones. Dwayne, I got a 2. Rupert, I know he been here a few times. Hey, Kesha, Benita. Hey, y'all. So I got a lot of ones in the chat. Okay. So because I do have quite a few ones in the chat, what I'm going to do is at least stop and introduce myself so you know who I am, what I stand for, and how we roll. So my name is Jerry Tolliver. I am the CEO of Fly Credit and the creator of the Fly Credit University, where we help you get the credit that you deserve. Now, I was a lot like y'all for 7? Oh my God, 7 years ago. No, almost 8 years ago. God, time be flying. 8 years ago, y'all, I had terrible credit. I didn't know nothing about credit. I was ignorant to the whole credit game. Seriously, I had 545 credit scores. I was struggling trying to build my credit and get approved for anything. And so I picked up a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. Y'all know I'll talk about this book until I'm blue in the face because I love that book because it taught me what to do with not only my money, but with my future and what to do with my money to set myself up for a really strong financial future. And so I read this book called The Richest Man in Babylon. And after I read that book, one of the main principles in it was it said to own your own dwelling if you wanted your first step to wealth. And so I said, you know what? I'm a single mom of 2. I'm like, look, I got to get me and my 2 babies out this small 500 square foot apartment in the hood and get us an apartment in a place or a home where we could feel like safe, where we could go outside and hang out and have a backyard, basement, movie nights, and just have a home that we could call our own. So I bought my first house back in 2015 after I fixed my own credit, because I had hired somebody to help me with my credit, and that man took $800 of my dollars and didn't do nothing. So I took lemons and turned it into lemonade, and I figured out how to do it on my own. And I took my scores from 545, got it to a 765, bought my first house, and people started asking me how I did it. So I started teaching people how to improve their credit to buy homes back in 2015. And then we started a business. I went and got certified. I got all the education that I needed for personal credit. And then it turned into a business. And then what happened was about 2 years into building my business, I had maxed out my personal credit cards because, truth be told, I didn't know nothing about building a business. I was the first entrepreneur in my family. Are y'all some first-time entrepreneurs in here? Did you guys learn about entrepreneurship? Did you learn about credit? Did you learn about building a business? Did you learn about any of the things that you all are embarking on right now? Because sadly, I didn't. And because of that, I made so many just mistakes because I was just ignorant. I didn't know any better. So I went and I got into almost $32,000 of credit card debt trying to build my business. And I was this close to filing bankruptcy because of it. But then my mentor told me that that's what you shouldn't be doing that, Jerry. You need to be building business credit, because building business credit is going to give you the money, the resources, and everything that you need to actually grow the thing so that you can separate your personal finances from your business finances and set yourself free from the financial ruin that I had put myself in. So I went and learned about building business credit, and it was a total game changer for my business. I went from doing like $60,000 $100,000 a year to doing my first $300,000 that next year, on to $500,000 and on to seven figures, all by using other people's money. And so there's one thing that I know, and one thing that I've developed and learned over the years is how to strategically leverage other people's money to grow my business, take free trips, get homes and investment properties. I started my first Airbnb business last year, and that's doing amazing. And it's all by using other people's money. So I want to help y'all develop a strategy that makes sense for you so that you'll know how to play and win the credit game, because credit is a game. Whether we realize it or not, credit is a game. And if you want to know how to play the game and win the game, then I got to teach y'all some things that you need to know, because we don't get into the game to lose. We get into game to the win. We get into the game to win. So if y'all want to get into the game to win, you want to win the credit game. You want to get approved. You want to get the high limit credit cards and loans. You want to get the lowest interest rates, the best terms, the best offers. You want to be able to walk in the bank, clapping your hands. It's my money and I need it now. And you want banks to be begging you to take it. You want banks to be begging you, please take my money, please take my money, and please take my money at the best interest rates because you deserve it. You deserve it. And so look, y'all, we are here to make it happen. She says, I love The Richest Man in Babylon. I love that book. That book is awesome. That book changed my life. A very simple book, a very simple, easy to read format, story format. And it was so short. Like, seriously, I believe that when you get tired of your own mess, that's when things start to change for you. Because I was tired of my own mess, y'all. I was so tired of going into that same cycle of credit card debt and struggling to get out of it and getting back into it and struggling to get out of it and then paying all this crazy money and interest payments and draining my pockets dry of my ability to invest in my future and the things that really matter. Because I was ignorant, because I didn't know no better. And when you know better, you do better. And so if right now you're struggling with your personal credit, if you've got bad personal credit right now, if you're trying to build a business right now, you can't get your hand on no financing because your credit is bad, you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, I got you. I got you. Because I've been there, I have done that, and I've made the mistakes, I've learned the lessons, and I've transformed not only my life, but thousands of other people. So I know that if I can do it, I know that you can do it. All we got to do is teach you how. So if y'all ready to do that, I need to see some money bags in the chat, and we're going to get this party started. The name of the book was The Richest Man in Babylon. That is The Richest Man in Babylon. That book changed the game for me. And so the thing is this, y'all, building a strategy for your credit is very simple, because ultimately you want to think of it as a game. I think of everything as a game, honestly, because I just want to win. I just want to win. And so if you want to win, you have to understand the rules that you're playing by. Because could you imagine stepping in a court to play basketball and not knowing the rules at all? Not knowing that if you run down the court with the ball in your arm that you're traveling, or if you take the ball and you dribble it again and you run and you double dribbling, and if you smack somebody, it's a foul. Like, could you imagine stepping on a basketball court and not knowing the rules? Now, I relate a lot of things to basketball because back in my early days, y'all, in my grammar school, high school, and college days, I used to play basketball. And one thing that I learned about playing basketball was the importance of understanding the rules and understanding your role. Understanding your rules and understanding your role. Now, I couldn't imagine stepping on a basketball court and not knowing the rules, because not only would I not be very effective, but I wouldn't be able to win. And I don't play games that I can't win. I like to play games that I can win. And I knew that if I wanted to win, I had to understand how to play. So when you want to understand how to play the credit game, you have to understand the rules. Now, the thing is this. Let's say, for instance, let's think about it like a basketball game. Let's think about it like this, okay? You want to get on the bank's team, right? You want to get on the basketball team. You want to get scouted. And the great thing is, banks are always scouting for new talent. They're always scouting for new customers. And they scout you. How do credit cards companies scout you? Can anybody guess? How does a credit card company scout you? Think about it. They scout you through pre-approval offers. You know how you get those pre-approval and pre-approved offers in the mail? That's them scouting you. That's because they've been soft pulling your credit. They've been seeing what you got going on. They're like, oh, Rupert been paying his bills on time. Oh, Rupert, I see your scores over there low. I see you over there, Rupert. Let me send you a pre-approval offer. Let me send you one of these letters and see if you want to take me up on my offer, right? I want to scout you. I want to pick you up and put you on my team. Let's say the team is Chase. Let's say that the team is Bank of America, Navy Federal, right? You want to get yourself on the team. You want to get yourself on the team. But if you want to get on the team, what do you got to do? You got to understand what they want. You got to understand what they want and what they're looking for out of their next candidate, out of their next recruit. So if you want to get recruited by Chase, if you want to get recruited by American Express, if you want to get recruited by these big banks, they're going to give you some of the best offers for credit cards for your business, the best rewards, the best everything. That you got to understand what they're looking for, right? So the thing is this. Credit card companies, lenders, and banks, they're looking for about 5 main things. We call this the 5 C's, okay? Now, I need y'all to write this down or put it in the chat so I know that you're catching this, okay? The number one thing that people are looking for, that lenders are looking for when they're scouting new talent, is they're looking at your character. So they want to know, how are you currently managing your credit? How are you currently managing your finances? Are you paying things late? Are you letting things go into collections? Are you ignoring your creditors? Do you got some repos? Have you went bankrupt before? Like, what are the circumstances, right? And they look at that by checking out your credit. So they'll soft pull your credit and they'll give you a pre-approval offer based on what they see. But if they see that this person ain't being responsible, then they're like, oh, I don't think I want to recruit them. Because if you want to have a really solid team, if you want to have, the Jordan team, right? If you want to be Jordan and you want to win, then you got to play the game like a winner. You got to play the game like a winner so that every single person, every single coach wants to recruit you. See, the thing is, banks want to give you money. Banks want to approve you for credit cards. That's the way that they get paid. So if the only way that they can get paid is if they open up more accounts. So they want to open up an account for you. It's just knowing what are they looking for. Now, there are some let's say banks, right, teams that will recruit you with high expectations, and then you have some that have some low expectations. So if you want to be on a championship team, right, you want to get an American Express card, you want to get the platinum or the gold, or you want to get the black card, you want to get the good stuff, right, the elite things, the championship stuff, then you got to show up like a champion. You got to show up like a champion. You got to pay everything on time. You got to make sure you repair your credit. You got to get the negative accounts off of your reports. You got to make sure that all that old stuff got to go. You have to represent yourself like a champion. Now, when you represent yourself like a champion, you get American Express offers, you get Chase offers, you get Bank of America offers, you get Citibank offers, you get Navy Federal offers. You get a lot of offers, amazing offers when you show up like a champion. When you're paying things on time and you're showing up like that. But when you're showing up like you don't want to be a champion, you're not quite there yet, then you're not going to get the good offers. You're going to get the credit cards that got the crazy interest rates. You're going to get the loan offers that got the crazy deposits, the down payments. That's what you're going to get. Because that's for the losers. I was a loser. I was losing the credit game. I was losing terribly. I was getting denied, rejected for everything. I didn't understand why. I was getting hit with 20. My first car had a 29% interest rate on it. Talk about losing. I was spending thousands of dollars a year just in interest payments. Talk about losing. Payday loans. Loser. That was all me. Because I didn't know I was showing up like a loser. I wasn't showing up like a champion. I was paying things late, maxing out my credit cards, applying for things I didn't even qualify for because I was a loser. But when I stepped into being a champion, that's when things change. And so you got to check your character. check your character, because that's the first thing that banks are looking for is your character. How do you show up financially? And the only way to know what that is take a look at your credit reports. Take a look at it. Take a look at the scores. How's the payment history? How's your credit utilization? Where are you at? Find out where you are, because the only way you're going to be able to fix it is to find out where you are right now. So number one is your character. So get your credit together. Hey, Sam. Yes, Vinay, show up like a champion. Number two is your capacity. Now, the thing is, when you're playing sports, right? You're playing sports. You have to practice day in, day out, and you've got to run the plays when it's the right time, right? When I was playing basketball, when we wanted to win, we had to run the plays, the right plays at the right time. And one of the biggest plays that you're ever going to have to run is managing your capacity. So capacity, when it comes to bankers, when they're looking to see, like, do I want to recruit you? They looking, right? If they want to recruit you, they looking to see your capacity. How much debt can you take on? Now, if you want to be an MVP, right? You want to be an MVP of the team, you've got to have some huge capacity, right? Jordan had the capacity to be a champion. He had the capacity to get up early. He had the capacity to go to bed late. He had the capacity to work harder than everybody else on the team. And because he had the capacity to do that, he showed up like a champion consistently. And so when you're thinking about, well, how much debt can I take on? The number one thing that banks are looking at is your debt to income ratio. So they're going to look to see, well, how much money are you making right now? And how much debt are you carrying? And if you're if let's say 30% of your income or 50% of your income is going just to debt payments, that's kind of risky. That's kind of a problem. That's risky. And banks, they have to manage risk. So if your debt to income ratio is too high, they're not going to recruit you, y'all. They're not going to recruit you. They're going to be like, how they going to pay me back, right? If your credit cards are maxed out right now, if you're barely making money to meet the minimum payments on your credit cards you have now, or you're paying your loan rates currently, then you're maxed out. You don't have the capacity to take no more. And that's what banks want to know. They want to know, do you even have the capacity to take on more debt? And if you don't have the capacity to take it on, I'm sorry, y'all, they're not going to recruit you on your team. Now, granted, there are some lenders that will recruit you, but guess what? You're going to get stuck with high interest rates, right? Ridiculous interest rates, ridiculous down payments, because you don't have the capacity, because they have the capacity to take on more risk, because you've got some recruiters, bankers, right, that have the capacity to take on more risk than others. But some of your big banks don't have the capacity to do that. They want to take on champions and champions only. So check your income and check your debt and look at it and see, is most of my income going towards debt payments? And if it is, that's risky, y'all. Your 30% of your income, I say, is the max for debt payments. If more than 30% of your income is going towards debt payments, I'm sorry, that's too much. You get up to 50%, y'all, you cutting it too close. It's too much. You want to keep your debt to income about 30%. Don't go over that, because the moment that you start going over that, you're going to get into some trouble, especially if an emergency happened or God knows what. You just don't know. But you don't want more than 30% of your income going towards debt payments. And if it is, you got to develop a strategy to get rid of that. And we're going to talk about that today too. So capacity, y'all. The third thing that you need to know is capital. So you can think about it as capital or cash flow. You can either go either way, right? But the way this works is when a lender is looking at you to recruit you, they want to see, are you making enough money to pay me back? Are you making enough money to pay me back? Think about it. When NBA stars, when they get drafted into the NBA, they get, sign up bonuses and huge salaries, and this is a guarantee to them. I pay you this money and I need a return. That's just the way it works, right? I need a return on this. How are you going to pay me back? And the way basketball players pay them back is they pay them back through their skill sets. So, can you guys hear and see everything okay? I think I might be buffering a little bit. Can you guys drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear and see everything okay for me real quick? I'm buffering a little bit. This is definitely a challenge with live trainings. Let me see. I'm buffering. Can you guys drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear and see everything okay for me, please? I think my internet connection is not good. Can you guys hear and see everything okay? Can you drop a 1 in the chat for me if you can hear and see everything okay? Okay, I got some ones here. It looks like YouTube might be having some troubles right now. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure. Okay, good. You guys can see it. Okay, you guys are all good. Perfect. Let me double check on my YouTube peeps real quick, just to make sure that you guys are okay, A-okay. Because I'm having some buffering right now, y'all. Yes, looks like YouTube is having some trouble right now. Okay, well, I think YouTube will probably come back sometime soon. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get this party started. This is already recorded, so if you catch this or if there is some problems with the viewing, you'll be able to see the replay. But on to the next one, okay? We was talking about getting your capital, your cash flow in there. So when you think about it this way, lenders want to know, do you have the money to pay me back? And as NBA stars, when they get those sign-on bonuses, right? They get those sign-on bonuses because they got to pay the NBA back with their skill set. That's how they pay them back. And so they get these large sign-on bonuses for that reason, because they have the skill set that they use as cash flow for the NBA, right? So that's the same concept. So when you're looking at a lender, or if a lender is looking at you, they want to know, do you have the money? Do you have the cash flow to pay me back? And if you don't, then they're going to deny you. So many times I get small business owners that come to me and they say, hey, Jerry, I'm not making any money in my business right now, but I need $100,000 in business credit and funding. Well, if you don't have any money to pay the bank back, that is going to be very challenging. Just being 100 with you. It's going to be very challenging, especially if you have bad personal credit. So if you have bad personal credit and you don't have any cash flow, the likelihood of you getting that done by yourself is very slim. If you have a credit partner or a partner that has good credit, you can work with that. But if your business isn't making any money, y'all, that's not going to work out. So if you want to make sure that you get approved, you got to make sure that you're making some money to pay your debt back. Because remember, the banks want to get paid. And if you want them to scout you, that you want them to pick you up, and you want them to put them on their team, then you got to just meet some of these basics. So you got to have some money. You got to have some cash flow in order to make sure that you're going to get the approval. You want to get the approval. You're not applying to get denied. You want to get approved. So if you want to get approved, make sure you're making enough money to pay your debts back. The next one is collateral. Now, if you have assets, you can actually borrow against them. And banks love people that have assets. So if you have real estate that you can borrow against, excellent. Maybe even a business owner. Let's say you're in trucking, right? Maybe you're in trucking and you get invoices from your shippers, right? Or your brokers. And when you get these invoices, you can get financing just based on that. Or if your business is cash flowing strong, you can use that, the collateral for your invoices and the payments, to get approved for business financing as well. But you have to have some type of collateral if you want to get some type of business credit. Now, collateral doesn't apply to everything. Like, you can get a personal or a business credit card without having a house, right? You don't need a house to get a personal or a business line of credit, but you may need a house. You will need a house or a real estate if you want to get a home equity line of credit, because a home equity line of credit is backed by the real estate. It's the collateral. Another form of collateral could be a vehicle that you've paid off. The vehicle may have some value and you can borrow against it using one of those, what are those called? A car title loans. Now, this is really risky and they are very expensive, but it's a type of lending product. You've got payday loans. Y'all, I used to be the payday loan queen. I am so glad I've been delivered from the payday loans because the payday loans was draining my pockets dry, but I could only qualify for it because unfortunately, I wasn't a champion yet with my credit. And because I wasn't a champion yet with my credit, I was getting the loser offers. And the loser offer was I was stuck with getting payday loans and I had to use my paycheck as collateral to get the loan. And it's ridiculous, but that was a life that I was living, unfortunately, because I was a loser in the credit game, but now I'm a champion. So that's the deal. If you want to get that, then you want to go with collateral. The first thing was character. The next was your capacity. The next one was your capital or cash flow. Your next is your collateral. And then your next one is going to be conditions. Now, this is the last one because the conditions are sometimes not always consistent. So a condition could be why you need the money. Right. So if you're trying to be a champion in the credit game, then you have to understand that you're not always going to get approved. You're not always going to get picked up by the team that you want to get picked up by. Right. So if you want to get picked up by American Express, you have to meet some qualifications and you have to understand the conditions under which they lend. So the conditions are, let's say, for instance, you're going there for a line of credit. So American Express does have a business line of credit, but they have some conditions that you have to meet. So they have to know, what are you using it for? How long have you been in business for? What's the economy looking like, right? Because there's a credit crunch going on, by the way. And it's a little harder for people to get their hands on some business credit and some credit lending products anyway, because of the economy. Now, unfortunately, we can't really control that. There's nothing that you can do to control that. But the reality is that the reason why these conditions matter is because when the economy is in the state that it is right now, it does make it harder for banks to lend to people because they have to tighten up on their risk factors. So the thing is, if you want to get some lending products, some credit cards, especially loans and lines of credit for your business, they're going to ask you why you need the credit. And this will also happen on your personal side too. So they'll ask you why you need it, right? And you'll say, well, I need working capital, or I need equipment, or I need to get payroll, or even on your personal side, you may need to do some renovations, or you may need to finance a large expense. There's a lot of different reasons why you need the money, but the reason why could get you denied. So like if you're trying to, do a balance or a debt consolidation, certain lenders will provide you funding for that while some may not. So just understand that some conditions you can control and other conditions you just cannot control. And that's all up to the lender. So the lender is going to determine what the conditions are. And if you meet those conditions, great. If you don't, then try next time. Okay, try next time. Because right now, let's say, for instance, you tried to apply for some business credit cards and you didn't get approved. You may be surprised that you probably didn't even get rejected because of your personal credit. You probably got rejected because of the industry that your business is in. Or maybe you just haven't been in business long enough. Or, there's a lot of factors that you can get rejected for. But overall, you got to ensure that you meet their conditions in order for them to say yes. And sometimes you may not know what those conditions are up front. So just know that you can't necessarily control that part, but the ones that you can control are the first four that we talked about. And so if you want to get recruited by the bank and you want them to say yes on your applications and you want them to add you to their team, the championship team, then you got to follow those 5 C's. So I want y'all to put those 5 C's in the chat so I know that y'all got it. We talked about credit. We talked about capacity. We talked about capital. We talked about collateral, and we talked about conditions. Those are the 5, okay? And that's what a bank is looking for. Now, the thing is, once you understand what the recruiter is looking for, then you have to determine, well, What's your next step? Or what do you want to accomplish? How can you put this information to good use and create a strategy for yourself? Because, getting recruited on the team is great. Getting the $100,000 is great. Getting the $50,000 is great. Getting the funding that you want and need is awesome. But what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do? What's the plan here? And so you've got to put it to good use if you want to keep it for the long term, if you want to grow it, if you want to leverage it, and you want to just keep it forever, right? If you want to stay on the team. And so if you want to stay on the team, then you have to understand your position. Because if you're trying to get from point A to point B, you got to determine what the point B is. Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to do? And then determine, well, where am I at right now? So if you want to get 800 credit scores, where are you right now? Are you at 500 credit scores? Are you at 600 credit scores? Are you at 740 and you're just kind of scratching the surface and you feel stuck? Like, where are you right now? And then determine what that looks like. So pull your credit reports first, pull your credit reports. Don't be afraid, and find out, where do I stand right now? This is going to get me one step closer to getting on the team, right? But you've got to understand where your current position is currently, because you don't know where you're going to go if you don't know where you are. You can't set a path from a point of no return. You've got to set a point right here and then map out your quest. But if you don't even have a starting point, then that's going to be a little challenging. So find out where you are right now. Or if you have 500 credit scores, 600 credit scores, it don't matter. Wherever you are, determine where you are right now. And then next, determine why you got there. Because one thing that helped me progress in my life was taking responsibility for why I got there in the first place. When I had that $30,000 of credit card debt, when I had terrible credit scores, it didn't just magically improve. It improved because I got sick of my own crap. I got sick of making excuses. I got sick of procrastinating. I got sick of waiting for things to happen for me. I got sick of getting rejected. I got sick of getting the high interest rates. I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was sick of being taken out the payday loans. I was sick of being a loser. I was sick of it. And so I decided that if I don't want to be a loser no more, then I got to start taking responsibility for the reason why I'm losing. And the reason was I was poor with money. I had poor credit management habits. I was spending money like it was water, like it would always come back, like I had a limited amount of it. And unfortunately, if you don't take care of what you have now, getting more will not help. And so here I was, I was making more money than I had ever made, but I was broker than I had ever been. Why? It wasn't because I wasn't making more money. It was because my habits didn't change. It was because as I made more money, I spent more money. It was because I didn't save any money. I didn't put any away for a rainy day. I didn't work on my credit. I didn't do anything to position myself to have a good, strong financial future until I needed it. And by that time, it was too late. So, we have to take responsibility for where we are, where we've been, and give yourself some compassion and some love while you at it. Because a lot of the times it's really not your fault. It's because you just didn't know better. And when you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. When I learned better, I did better. I'm here today because I know better now. And so don't take that for granted. When you get the knowledge, when you get the education, you are able to do so many more amazing things in your life. When I hit the 700 club, I was like, I made it. When I got my first American Express card, I was like, yes. When I got my first $30,000 credit card, I was like, hell yeah, let's go. When I got my first business loan, I was like, okay, this is it. And then when I helped my students start doing it, I was like, bet. Because I knew that if I could do it and if I could see other people duplicate that same success, it meant that it worked. It meant that what I knew better did better. It resulted in better. And that was just a blessing, not only for me, but for the people that I was serving. And so you got to reflect on it. You got to literally sit down, write it down, and you got to ask yourself, what the hell am I doing here? What am I doing? How did I get here? How did I get here? And am I really seriously tired of being here? Because until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, nothing will change for you. Nothing. You will keep complaining. You will keep procrastinating. You will keep making excuses, and you will never get it done because you have not taken responsibility for it yet. You have not been sick and tired of being sick and tired. And when you get sick and tired and you absolutely need for this to get done, it gets done. It gets done, period. So reflect on that and get that stuff done, y'all. Number 3, I want y'all to be clear about where you want to go, because you're going to determine where your starting point is, but I want y'all to get clear about your target and where you're going, because nothing becomes dynamic until it becomes specific. So until you start becoming very specific about where you're going in your life, how you're going to get there, who you're going to go there with, right? Who you're going to lock arms with to get it done, what you're going to do, what you're going to sacrifice in order to do it, it's not going to get done. Specificity, the specifics, it's all in the details, the power, the winning, all of that is in the details. It's not as obvious sometimes, but when you get very specific and detailed about where you're going, what you're doing, how you're going to do it, who you're going to do it with, what time you're going to do it, the deadline, all of that, you got to get specific, because if you don't got a deadline, I'm sorry, you don't have a plan. You don't have a plan unless you have a deadline. You just got to wish. And when you stop wishing and start getting into action and start getting strategic, everything will change for you. So get specific about where you're going. Get specific about your target. Get clear about it, crystal clear about it, so that you don't get confused, because confusion don't create results. Put that in the chat. Confusion does not create results. Confusion creates fear, and fear creates stagnation. And stagnation creates frustration. And it's just a cycle that you just keep finding yourself in over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Oh, God, I was stuck in that cycle for so long. Racking up credit card debt and doing it all over again and stressing myself out. It was almost like I was addicted to it. And it was because I wasn't clear about where I was going in my life. And so because I wasn't clear about where I was going in my life and where my money was going, guess what? Other entities and other people and other, everybody was creating those circumstances for me. See, I didn't have a budget at one point in my life. And because I didn't have a budget, I was adhering to Walmart's budget and Target's budget because they had a budget for my money. Look, Walmart and Target, they have a budget for your money. Trust me, they have a budget for your money. And if you don't have a budget for your money, guess what? You're going to take that money, you're going to put it in somebody else's pocket, and you're going to ask yourself, where did it go? Where did it go? Because you don't have a plan. You're not specific about where you're going. So get specific about where you're going. Get specific on how you're going to get there, and get specific about who you're going there with. And I can promise you things in your life will change. I will promise you. Next, you need to determine what your weaknesses and your strengths are. Let's be 100. We're not all strong at everything. We all have weaknesses. That's just the bottom line. And for all my people in here that are business owners, take this lesson very, very hard and closely. Listen in on this one. If you want to build a 6-7 figure business, you're not going to be able to do this by yourself. You're going to need a team. You're going to need resources. You just got to get that done, because you're not going to be able to do everything by yourself. You're just not. I know a lot of us like to think that we can, but we can't. I mean, I don't even build my business by myself. I got plenty of people that I pay to get things done in my business. And that's the reason why we make so much money, because I pay people to do the things that I'm not good at doing, or I don't have the time to do, or, there's better things that I could be doing with my time. So I don't do $10 an hour tasks, because my time is worth more than that. So you got to determine, well, what is your time worth? Is your time worth anything? And if it's worth anything at all, stop negotiating with it. Stop negotiating your time and the value of it, because the value of your time is priceless. I learned this very early in my life. When I lost my father at the age of 11, the biggest lesson that taught me was that time waits for nobody. Time waits for nobody. Nobody. You can be here one day and gone the next. And so get up and give it your all every single day, because if you don't, who will? So stop trying to do everything by yourself. Stick with what you're good at. Stick to your strengths and fill in the rest, right? If you're not a good customer service person, get somebody that is. If you're not a good salesperson, get somebody that is. If you're not a good marketing person, get somebody that is, right? Just do it, because that's what's going to help you grow your dreams and take it to the next level. Next, analyze your environment and create some boundaries. See, in order for me to have changed my life, I had to create boundaries for myself. One of my greatest weaknesses was that I had a spending problem. It wasn't that I had a problem making money. I knew how to make money, but I didn't know how to keep it. I could make the money, but I couldn't keep the money. And keeping the money is a skill set that I didn't learn how to develop yet. And so because I had never developed that skill set, every single dollar that I made kept going outside of my wallet, out of my bank account. I just kept spending it and giving it away. And so I had to determine, well, what can I do to stop that habit? What kind of boundaries can I create for myself so that I don't keep finding myself in this situation? So what I ended up doing was, instead of carrying my credit cards or my debit cards around, I would only take out a certain amount of cash and I would just take it with me. And I would only use a certain amount of cash for 1 week. I couldn't use anything else. I couldn't swipe a card. I couldn't swipe a credit card, nothing. I could only use cash this week. And this was the budget for the week. I could only use it for paying gas, getting groceries, paying the bills for this week. So I had to create boundaries for myself, because one of my greatest weaknesses was I had a spending problem. So if you have a spending problem, then you need to create some boundaries for yourself. You got to determine what environment is it going to require in order for me to become a champion. See, Michael Jordan was a champion on the Bulls. Dennis Rodman was a champion. Scottie Pippen was a champion. They were all champions. They played on this championship team. And they all had their strengths. They all had their weaknesses. And they created boundaries around that so that they can all play together in harmony and win. And that's what creating boundaries does for yourself. It creates an environment where you can win. Because if you don't look at the environment and you don't see the problem, right? If I didn't look at my environment and I didn't say, okay, these credit cards are giving me a hard time. This debit card, I keep swiping it. I'm not keeping track of my money. Like when I didn't know what my problem was, it was hard for me to determine what my solution would be. So I knew I had a spending problem. So I had to create an environment where I couldn't spend as much. That was really what it boiled down to. I had a spending problem. So I had to create an environment where I couldn't spend anymore, where I had to limit my spending. And so take a look at your strengths, your weaknesses, and create an environment where you can still succeed based on that and your goals that you've already established. Next, I want you to evaluate your options. So look at the options that you have, from personal credit, business credit. Do you have some options for some loans? Do you have some options for a secured credit card? Do you have some options to rebuild your credit using some options for bad credit? There are so many options out here to repair your credit and rebuild your scores, to get business credit and get financing. And it's an abundance of offers out here. There's no shortage of offers. And so if you want to get an offer, you got to determine what's out here. Look at what's out here. Look at what your bank is offering. Look at what the nearest lender is offering. Your credit union is offering. Look at what the offers are. If you're getting pre-approval offers, take a look at them. What are they offering you? Are they offering you a balance transfer? Are they offering you 0% rates for the first 18 months? Are they offering you a high credit limit? What are they offering you? And then make the decision from there. And then lastly, you want to develop a plan of action and execute on it. Okay. Develop a plan of action. If you want to save more money, pay off debt, create a budget, right? A budget is a money plan. That's all it is. It's a plan for your money. Remember, Target, Walmart, Amazon, Apple, they all have a plan for your money. They all do. They plan for you to sit out there and stand in lines for their cell phones. You know, they plan for these types of things. They plan for your money. So you have to have a plan for your own money if you don't want it to end up in their pockets. So develop a plan and then execute on it. And don't waver. Stay consistent, because if you don't, you will keep starting over. And if you keep giving up, then you're going to keep having to start over. So if you don't want to keep starting over, stop giving up. Stop stopping. Just keep going. Pace yourself and you will get results. And the way that I see it, honestly, slow results are better than no results. Slow results are better than no results. Put that in the chat. Slow results are better than no results. So, a lot of us, we get so discouraged because things aren't happening fast enough for us. But it's not about whether or not it's happening fast or not. It's about, is it happening? That's what it's about. Is it happening? Is it getting you one step closer to your ultimate goal? So slow and steady wins the race. But if you keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping, then you're only hurting yourself. You're only hurting your future. So if you stop giving up, you will stop having to start over. And if you stay consistent for just a year or two, you'll develop the right habits to be able to have success for forever. Honestly, all the things that I learned about credit and managing credit and building credit, I'm able to take that education, that experience for me forever. Nobody will ever be able to take that education from me. Nobody will ever be able to take that power away from me because I now have the skill set, the championship type skill set, the type of skill set that the banks want on their team, every last one of them. So develop the strategy, execute on it, and be consistent. Okay. So, and also track your progress. I should mention that too. Track your progress. So I do find that will keep you motivated. It's like a scoreboard. When you're playing basketball, if you want to win, you got to check out the scoreboard every now and then. So take a look at your scoreboard every now and then. Are your scores going up? Are they going down? Is your debt going up? Is your debt going down? Are you getting approved for higher limit credit cards? Are you getting approved for better quality credit cards? Are you getting better offers from the banks? Take a look at your scorecard and you will be amazed at how different your scorecard is now than what it would be 12 months from now if you just do the work. If you just show up and do what you said you were going to do and stop procrastinating and making excuses. So think about that, y'all. The scoreboard. And if you want to score, you got to get on the court. You can't score if you're on the bench. You can't score cheering everybody on. You can only score getting on the court. So get on the court and play. Get on the court, not only play, but play to win. Because we're not playing to lose, we're playing to win. So play to win. Pay the things on time. Don't max out your credit cards. Make sure you got some cash flow coming in. Get you some assets, some collateral. Do what you need to do so that you can win. But you got to get on the court. You got to play. You got to keep the scoreboard tight. You got to take a look at it every now and then. You got to see where you stand. Are you winning? Are you losing? And make the adjustments from there. Call the audibles and call the plays. Because there's plenty of different plays that you can run if you want to win. Especially in business, especially in credit. You got to run the plays. If you want to get the 800 credit score, you got to run the play. If you want to pay off the debt, you got to run the play, the debt payoff play. If you want to improve your credit, you got to run the credit repair play. You understand? So take a look at what you're doing right now and determine what's my next best step. Get some clarity on it and get on the effing field and get to work. Play the game so that you can win. Even if you take a couple of L's, it's all good. Everybody take a couple of L's every now and then. That's a part of being a winner. It's taking a few L's every now and then. But even if you do take a L, you have an opportunity to take another W as long as you get on the court and play. So I love y'all so much. I'm here to help y'all win. I'm here to help y'all succeed. I'm here to help y'all get approved. I'm here to help y'all unlock your potential. But if you don't show up and get on the court, come on, y'all. How you going to get recruited if you don't get on the court? How they going to see your skill set if you don't get on the court? If you don't want to play, if you're too afraid of losing, you're too afraid of getting rejected, you're too afraid of getting denied, you're too afraid of somebody telling you no. Give me a break. Your business, your future, your success, all of that is worth it. But if you don't believe it, nobody else will. So get on the court and play. And I'm here to help y'all if y'all need me. So I know we talked about a lot, y'all. And this has been recorded. So if you want to see the replay of it, this is going to be recorded and it's going to be here on YouTube for y'all to check this out, because y'all need to develop a strategy for your business, your personal credit and your business credit. Now, if you need some help, I got you. We can lock arms together and walk you down the yellow brick road of getting business credit and personal credit so you can unlock your full financial potential and take it to the next level, because I believe that you deserve the credit. I believe it. I really do. But you got to show up and get it done. So if y'all need some help, hit us up. We got you. And for all my peoples that want to build business credit right away, I want y'all to know that we're opening up a special offer until the end of the month to join our Business Credit Accelerator program. Now, usually to get started with our Business Credit Accelerator program is $997, but we're knocking off some money, boom, on the enrollment. The pricing is still the same for the entire program, but to get started, we've knocked off a couple dollars for you. So instead of getting started for $997, you can get started for $500. $500 to get you started. And then once you get started, I'm going to add you to our upcoming 7-day business credit sprint that's going to be happening on June 19th. Now, I only take 20 people for our business credit sprints, and they fill up very, very fast. So if you want to get in on my business credit sprint, all you got to do is join our Business Credit Accelerator course. And our Business Credit Accelerator course is going to teach you everything that you need to know about getting business credit for your business strictly in your business name from A to Z, period. And then once you join, I'm going to add you to my upcoming 7-day business credit sprint, and we're going to get on the court and we're going to play. I'm going to show you the plays. I'm going to show you when to run the plays. I'm going to show you how to qualify for the business credit. I'm going to show you how to get recruited I'm going to show you how to get recruited by the lenders and then the credit card companies. I'm going to show you how to win. I'm going to show you how to win the credit game, period. So if you want to win the credit game, what I want you to do is I want y'all to hit us up at flycredit.com. Go to flycredit.com, and then I want y'all to tap on the products, and then you'll be able to see the courses. When you see the courses, tap on Business Credit Accelerator, and for a limited time until the end of this month, you can get started for only $500. The pricing for the course is $3,000 for lifetime access. We're not discounting that, but you will be able to get started for $500 only until May 31st. So I'm only going to be doing this for 20 people. So if you want to get in, you need to get in ASAP at the discounted rate, because after the 31st, it's going to go up, or after that 20th spot is up, it's going back up. That's it. You're going to get stuck with the $997. So if you want to get in ASAP so you can get your spot, and they're going to lock you in on my next 7-day business credit sprint. But thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. What was your biggest takeaway today? I want y'all to drop it in the chat for me so I can see what your biggest takeaway today was. I see y'all. Slow results are better than none. Okay, I see you. Dwayne says I'm in my mode. Yeah, sometimes I get in my mode because I just want to see y'all win. Honestly, I just want to see y'all win. But the longer we sit around and we wait on things to happen, the longer that they will. So get up, get it done. Let's lock arms. Let's get it done together. And all you got to do is hit us up at flycredit.com. You can schedule a consultation with us if you want some more one-on-one help. But if you want to join our Business Credit Accelerator course, you want to get into our membership, our community, and learn how to get it done the right way the first time, then you need to get in on this deal, because this hardly ever happens. So we're going to be running a special. You can get started for $500 down today between the 31st or until that 20th spot is up. Once that 20th spot fills, that's it. You're going to get stuck paying the full price to get started, and then we're going to take it from there. But I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for y'all to be here. Thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. I'm waiting on Charlize. I want to lock arms with Fly Credit. Come through. Hit us up. Email her. Email her. Charlize at Fly Credit. She'll help you out so she can help you with getting started. But get started, y'all. We're only doing this discount until the 31st or until that 20th spot is filled. So if you want your spot, get yours ASAP. All you got to do is go to flycredit.com, click on the courses and products, and then you'll be able to see Business Credit Accelerator right there on our website. And then you'll click on the course, click on register under payment plan, and then you'll see the payment plan option where it's discounted at $500 to get you started. And then we have payment plans up to 12 months. So I'm here to help y'all win. Y'all just got to show up. You got to make the decision. So if you're ready to get started, if you're ready to stop making excuses, you're ready to stop procrastinating, and you're ready to get results and win, Join the course, get your spot, and I'm looking forward to working with you. But thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. Again, my name is Jerry here at Fly Credit, CEO of Fly Credit and the creator of the Fly Credit University. And I'm very excited to help you start getting the credit that you deserve. Happy Tuesday, y'all. I will see y'all next time. Same day, same time, 7 p.m. Central. See y'all next time. Good night, y'all.